Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Akila Amira binti Syahidin. My matric number is DGD 1910001. So today I'm going to present about composition. What is composition? Composition is how the elements of the photo are arranged. A composition can be made up to many different elements or only a few. It's how the artist put those things within a frame that help a photograph become more or less interesting to the viewer. Next, I'm going to explain about balance. Balance in photography is observed when an image has subject areas that look balanced throughout the composition. It is achieved by shifting the frame and juxtaposing subjects within it so objects, tones, and colors are of equal visual weight. An image is balanced when subject areas command a viewer's attention equally. Okay, so this is the first balance, which is symmetrical balance. Symmetrical balance is the most common way to photograph an image. After all, it's natural for people to place their main subjects right in the middle of the frame. Professional and photography workshop often advise new photographers to avoid shooting their subjects front and center, but in the case of the photo below, it works perfectly in giving the main subject some visual emphasis and appeal. In symmetrical balance photo, both sides of the frame have equal weight and may even mirror each other. Subjects are intentionally centered to look perfectly symmetrical when split horizontally or vertically in half. The second balance is asymmetrical balance. Asymmetrical balance occurs when you have different visual image on either side of design and yet the image still seems balanced. To be considered asymmetrical, a design needs to have unequal visual weight on either side, but those unequal visuals need to balance each other. The third balance is color balance. In photography and image processing, color balance is the global adjustment of the intensities of the colors, typically red, green, and blue, which is primary colors. An important goal of this adjustment is to render specific color, particularly natural color, correctly. Hence, the general method is sometimes called gray balance, neutral balance, or white balance. Color balance changes the overall mixture of color in an image and is used for color correction. Generalized versions of color balance are used to correct colors other than neutral or to deliberately change them for effect. The next balance is tonal balance. Tonal balance can be seen most clearly in photographs that are nothing but black, whites, and gray. Balance can be seen in terms of contrast between the light and dark areas of an image. The last balance is conceptual balance. Conceptual balance is the more philosophical type of asymmetrical balance where two subjects complement each other and are different beyond size, shape, and form. In many cases, conceptual balance is achieved in an image where there are two contrasting textures and meanings behind each subject. That said, it is obviously harder to compose a conceptually balanced image as it usually takes more than just a tilt of the frame. Next, I'm going to discuss about simplicity. Simplicity is the photography equivalent of minimalism. It's a photography composition technique that concentrates on keeping only the absolutely necessary information in frame. If this is the effect simplicity in the photography composition, which is backgrounds, including elements, filling the frame, color, and lighting. Next is rule of third. In photography, the rule of third is a type of composition in which an image is divided evenly into thirds, both horizontally and vertically, and the subject of the image is placed at the intersection of those dividing lines or along one of the lines itself. Next is golden ratio. What is golden ratio? The golden ratio is a composition guide. Some people call it the Fibonacci spiral, golden spiral, pay grade, divine proportion, and the golden mean. It helps to lead the viewer through the entire photo. The composition will be more pleasing and balanced for the human eyes. What is perspective? Perspective in photography is defined as the sense of depth or spatial relationship between objects in a photo, along with their dimensions with respect to what viewer of the image see. By changing perspective, subjects can appear much smaller or larger than normal. Lines can converge differently and much more. Next is line. Line in photography composition can be actual line or implied line. Line occur all around us in nature and in man-made structure. Even how we pose a subject in portrait photography creates line. Why is line important in photography? Lines add to the composition of an image. They direct the viewer's eye into and along a photo to the focal point. They also impact the mood of a photo depending on the type of line and how it is used. There are 7 types of line. The first one is vertical lines, followed by horizontal lines, diagonal lines, leading lines, implied lines, converging lines, and the last one is curved lines. Next, I'm going to talk about horizontal line. A horizontal line is a straight line that runs from the left side of the frame to the right. The most commonly used horizontal line in photography genre that are practiced outdoor is earth horizon. What is earth horizon? Earth horizon is the apparent line that separates the land from the sky. Next is diagonal lines. Diagonal lines generally works well to draw the eye of an image viewer through the photograph. They create points of interest as they intersect with other lines and often give image depth by suggesting perspective. They can also add a sense of action to an image and add a dynamic look and feel. Diagonal lines are a very interesting feature of photography composition. Expert photographers use them to create striking visual effects in their works. They are also used to add dynamism and tension to image. Diagonal lines have subliminal meaning and will always alter how an image feels to the eye of the viewer. Okay, so this is the example of diagonal line. For the last one, I'm going to talk about curved line. Curved line in a photograph create an effect completely different to that of straight lines. Curved lines have the effect of slowing the photograph down and suggesting time passing. Because a curved line takes longer to get from point A to point B, it suggests a tranquil, restful mood and having time to get there.
Make it dance when you're drunk with your friends at a party. What's your favorite song? Does it make you smile? Do you think of me? When you close your eyes, tell me what are you dreaming? Everything I wanna know.